Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Mike.
Hey, it's day 3 of our literature unit. We've been focusing for the past couple of programs on Arthur Miller, very, very well-known and famous playwright. He's prestigious. He's won awards. He won the Pulitzer Prize. He did well while he was alive. He had a very long life, too. Anyway, we're going to get started today by reading through day 3, and then we'll be back to talk about some of these themes. I know I promised you guys to talk about what the American dream stood for. We never did it. We're going to do it today, and then talk about some of these words that you will likely come across if you continue studying English and ultimately have to take that TOEIC test, perhaps. Let's get started, though. We're going to read through today's lesson, and then we'll all talk about this stuff. Here we go.
Arthur Miller's play, Death of a Salesman, explores themes of the American dream, the difference between illusion and reality, and betrayal. The idea of the American dream is that anyone who works hard can achieve prosperity and social admiration, regardless of their family background. Because of this idea, Americans frequently tie their self-worth to material success. It's clear that despite his hard work, the promise of the American dream has failed Willie, as he is inadequate as a salesman and can't support his family. Yet, he deceives himself with the dreams he holds for himself and his sons, and passes his belief in the American dream on to them. This struggle between illusion and reality is manifested not only in Willie's hopes for the future, but in his flashbacks to the past. These memories become mixed with Willie's perception of the present time and fill him with regret. Willie functions under the illusion that his relationship with Biff hasn't been wrecked by his son's distress at catching him with his mistress. All the Lomans present the appearance to people outside the family that Willie and his sons are special, successful, and respected. The Lomans keep living this lie until Biff calls them out at the play's climax. The theme of betrayal is most evident in Willie's relationship with his mistress, but can also be seen in his relationship with Ben. Willie feels betrayed by his brother's success and regrets not seizing the opportunity to go to Africa with him. Willie also betrays his family when he abandons them by killing himself. Ironically, he makes this sacrifice to set them free from their financial struggles.
Okay, guys, let's dive right in here. We've got Arthur Miller's play, Death of a Salesman, and here it says, in this play, it explores themes of the American dream, the difference between illusion and reality and betrayal. So these are 3 different things that they're going to be exploring in this play. Now, the idea of the American dream is that anyone who works hard can achieve prosperity and social admiration regardless of their family background. One of the reasons why America was so different when we first got started was, a lot of times your success in Europe, and that's where most of us came from, depended on your family. Were you born into royalty or aristocracy? Did your family line come along with a lot of land? If you owned property, you had a much better chance of being happy. But here in America, if you work hard, anybody could achieve success. We've seen a lot of people achieve success, immigrants from all over the world. Well, that's one of the themes. And I think that poor Willie Loman was very disappointed that he wasn't able to achieve that American dream. There's also the difference between illusion and reality. Illusion is where you think you see something, but it's not quite there. Some people see themselves as these really talented people. I've always laughed about how everybody's a singer in this world. Everybody thinks they can be, the next pop star. But a lot of people don't have any talent. You've probably seen these competition shows and you think, wow, didn't someone tell them that they can't sing? This is embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves. Well, they may have had the illusion that they were talented, but that's not reality. Hopefully, we all have good friends and family around us that support us, but are also honest with us. If you're talking about reality, it's the way things really are, and betrayal is really sad. It's when someone thinks that you're loyal to them, and that you'll always support them and never betray them. If you betray somebody, you do something that actually hurts them when honestly they thought you were, someone who cared about them and loved them. Betrayal is often used when we talk about someone who turns against their country. Maybe they sell secrets of their country to another country. Or maybe you're married and you have an affair. That's betrayal. There are lots of ways you can betray people that have put their trust in you.
And because of this idea, it says Americans frequently tie their self-worth to material success. This is kind of the dark side of the American dream, this idea that to be successful, in other words, to be a good, successful person, you need material success. It's not about being nice or kind or intelligent or even happy. It's about having a big house, a big car, a big TV, all that kind of stuff. If you're just the kind of person who doesn't need that kind of thing, well, other people might look at you and go, well, what's wrong with you? You seem to just be happy with your little house and you don't have new clothes.
Right.
And, other people might judge you and look down on you because of you don't have material success. Now here, when we talk about material, we're not talking about the things that clothes are made of. Yes, clothes are made of material.
True.
Wool, cotton, these are materials. Polyester that we use. No, here we're talking about things, basically. Your material possessions are your things. When you move your house, you pack all your material possessions in boxes and then get them moved over to your new house. When there's a fire or an earthquake and people lose their homes, they might be okay. Their family might be fine. They might have even saved their pet dog, but they'll still be sad and crying why they lost their material possessions. Those are things that we're emotionally connected to. They also cost a lot of money. So material success is basically this idea. It's the kind of thing that companies want to advertise to us. If you want to be a cool, successful, popular person, all you have to do is buy Coca-Cola and everyone will love you and you'll be super great and awesome and your life will be perfect. It's not exactly true.
It's clear that even though he's such a hard worker and he does work hard, he's worked hard, that promise of the American dream has failed Willie. Hasn't worked out for him. Sadly enough, he chose the wrong career. Having the right career that matches your personality is going to help. But he also did something that didn't help, and that was he betrayed his wife, which actually affected how his sons viewed him, and then that affected how Willie viewed himself. So there are lots of things that he didn't quite do right, besides just not having the right job. But because of this idea, people were still looking for that material success. He didn't get the American dream, and he was actually inadequate as a salesman, and he wasn't able to support his family. If something is inadequate, guys, it just means you're lacking something. Maybe you don't have enough of something, or the quantity isn't there, the quality isn't there. Maybe you just don't have enough for whatever you're trying to do. Sometimes we don't have enough of some sort of resource. Maybe you want to, for example, I want to do some building, in my apartment, but my finances right now are inadequate. It costs too much. So I'm going to have to wait till I save up some more money. Maybe you want to be a professional football player, but you're not quite big enough and you have to be very, tall and big, and maybe that's just not going to work out for you. Well, he wasn't a very good salesman, darn it, and he wasn't able to support his family. Yet, what he does is he deceives himself with the dreams he holds for himself and his sons. So he keeps telling himself that life is actually much different than reality. Remember, he has those illusions. So he deceives himself and passes his belief in the American dream onto them. Remember, he thought, at least with Biff, we find out about Biff. Biff was athletically gifted, talented. So his dad kept telling him, oh, you're going to be a big football star, that will get you into a great college. You'll have a scholarship. And then from then on, you might go and head and study something and graduate from college with a wonderful job, make a lot of money. If you pass something on to someone, it means whatever you have believed in, you actually tell other people about so that they can continue that on. My mom passed on her love for interior design to my sisters, 2 of them in particular. They're really gifted. She didn't pass it on to me. I didn't get it. But sometimes we inherit certain things from our parents. Could be a love of something. We're going to continue talking about Willie's struggle between his illusions and what was really true.
Right, the second
reality.
Big theme of the play. Yep.
But right now, guys, we're going to take a quick break, listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. 今天我们要继续来看这个作品《推销员之死》。我们前面先介绍了剧情，我们接下来谈了作者 Arthur Miller。今天我们要看的是这个作品，它有哪些重要的主题？提到这个作品，它的主题我们可以分成3个方面来看。一个是 The American Dream 美国梦，一个是谈到illusion and reality 这2个之间的不同，也就是幻想跟现实的差距。再来就是谈到 betrayal 就是背叛。好，我们先从第一个美国梦谈到美国梦的这个概念。不管他们的背景是怎么样，其实美国梦的意思就是你只要努力工作，你一定会成功。好，所以这边不管怎样，regardless of 这是一个重要的片语，后面当然是接名词。那他提到任何人只要努力工作就能成功。Anyone who 好，这个 anyone who 的用法，其实在句型上我们可以有几个可以替代的句型。如果你是用 a person who 当然也可以，那当然比较好的还有一个是whoever， 如果你用 whoever意思也就是 anyone who。 再来，如果你用复数型的表达凡是怎么样的人都可以，你也可以用 those who。 好，我们继续往下看，下面就说到这个美国梦的概念，当然就是常常会把这种自我的价值还有你物质上的成功就联系在一起，联系 tie A to B， 注意到这个动词的用法 tie A to B。 好，来我们继续往下看，下面就说到了，不过我们知道 Willie 的故事，美国梦呢，他想要美国梦的成真这件事，这个希望其实最后没有验证在他的身上，因为他本身没办法胜任销售员的工作，没办法养活家人，而且呢，他好像是用自己的梦，然后欺骗他自己。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. It's day 3 of our literature unit. We've been focusing in on the play called Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. Today we're talking about some of the themes that are explored in this particular play. One was the theme of the American dream. When we left you, we were on talking about how Willie just wasn't able to achieve that promise of the American dream. He was not a good salesman. He lacked some of the skills, the personality traits that a lot of good salesmen have. He wasn't able to support his family. And what he did, I think, to kind of, lie to himself, he would start talking to imaginary people about what he really thought was going on when it wasn't. And even though he thought his son still looked up to him, admired him, they really didn't. But he continued to tell himself, oh, my boys think I'm great.
Absolutely. So, Willie's thinking about his life. He's thinking about the truth in his life. He's kind of hiding from the truth in his life. He's also making up these sort of lies or these illusions about himself. And as he thinks about some of the memories he's had, some of the important but sort of lost relationships that he's had before in his life, well, it says these memories become mixed with Willie's perception of the present time. And they fill him with regret. He obviously is having mental problems at this point. We're not sure if he's mentally ill or if he's just, kind of feeling depression and, finding it hard to kind of find the way to go forward, to find the way to be happy. But he's kind of, examining his life and criticizing himself, but also lying to himself and all this kind of stuff. And it says here's a good example of how he sort of mixes up truth and the lies, the illusions. It says Willie functions under the illusion that his relationship with Biff, his oldest son, his relationship with Biff hasn't been wrecked by his son's distress at catching him with his mistress. A few years before the play takes place, Biff, the oldest son, who did look up to his father as, a kind of a hero, he discovered that his father was a bad husband. His father had been cheating on his mother, on the wife. Willie had a girlfriend, and of course his wife didn't know about it. Biff found out, and that really ruined his relationship. I mean, imagine if you looked up to someone like a father or someone like that, a mother, and you found out they're a liar, they're doing something kind of really terrible and wrong. That would kill me. They're hurting people that they love, even you. That could definitely wreck your relationship. To wreck something is similar to a word we looked at the other day, to ruin.
Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah, and so, if you found out that your parents had been lying to you or cheating on you or telling stories about you to hurt you, it would ruin your relationship. It would break your trust. You wouldn't believe them. You'd look at them and go, I don't even know who you are anymore. Yeah. That kind of thing. So Willie doesn't realize that this lie, this truth about, him being a bad husband is really upsetting his son a lot, and it's basically ended any kind of good, healthy relationship they can have. His son is feeling great distress.
Yeah, I wanted to mention this word wreck here. We'll often use it to talk about when we crash our car.
You can wreck your car.
I was in a car wreck.
Yep.
We would never say I'm in a car ruin.
No,
but I wrecked my car. Here, Biff hasn't been wrecked by his son's distress. That's what he keeps thinking, right? If you're distressed, guys, you're really upset. Probably the level of anxiety and sorrow and pain is quite high. But he doesn't realize that his son actually caught sight of him with his mistress. Mistress is the name of a woman who you're having an affair with. All the Lomans, the whole family, present the appearance to people outside the family that, Willie and his sons are really special. They're respected, they're successful, and that's not the truth. Actually, that adds to your stress if you're faking it. It's actually much better just to be honest. The Lomans keep living this lie until Biff calls them out at the play's climax. If you call someone out, it just means you can see someone's lie and you say, hey, that's a lie. You just get them to face the truth, to call someone out. You'll see it sometimes, but it takes a lot of courage sometimes to call out a family member, that's for sure. When you talk about the climax of something, guys, you're talking about the most intense, exciting, or even important part of something that you're watching. We'll often talk about the movie's climax was when, the hero killed the protagonist or the bad guy, and everybody cheers, and it's the best part. There are lots of different ways to have a climax in a play or a movie or a book, but it is the most intense, exciting part. Now, in the final paragraph, it says the theme of betrayal is most evident in Willie's relationship with his mistress, but can also be seen in his relationship with Ben. Ben's his brother, remember? Ben took off to Africa and got really rich by mining diamonds in Africa. Now, if you talk about something that's evident, it's obvious, it's very clear to see, we'll often use the adjective, it's self-evident, it's obvious, no one has to even show or explain it to you, you should be able to see it. If someone has, really good Chinese, it's pretty evident to me they've been studying probably a long time. It takes a lot of work to get really good at something. Or if someone has excellent, say, musical skills, I have a friend who is a fabulous guitarist. It's evident or obvious to me that they have spent hours practicing. So it's evident that there's this theme of betrayal. The way Willie sees his relationship with Ben. Why? Well, Ben feels betrayed by his brother's success. Hey, why did Ben get the American dream and I didn't? Why didn't Ben ask me to go along with him? Why didn't he insist? We don't know. And he regrets not seizing or grabbing the opportunity to go to Africa with him. Yeah, maybe that's more Willie's fault, not Ben's fault.
Since we know Willie, I imagine he kind of thought, oh, Ben, you'll fail in Africa. You'll never make money there.
Where are you
You're
going?
Crazy. Willie thought he had it all figured out, but it turns out that's not what happened. So he feels betrayed by his brother's success, but maybe Willie actually betrayed himself by not being smart enough or brave enough or wise enough to follow his brother. When you betray someone, you basically stab them in the back. You hurt them. You lie to their face. You say you're their friend, but you're actually their enemy. All right? So if you lie about your friends, if you cheat on your lover, on your partner, that kind of thing, if you're a spy and you sell your government secrets to the enemy, you're betraying your country. So it's a terrible thing to do because you're breaking trust of people who trust you and possibly even love you. So that's one of the saddest things that can happen in our life. So Willie feels betrayed. I'm not sure his brother did actually betray him. And he regrets not seizing the opportunity to go to Africa. Seize the opportunity, seize the chance, seize the day. To seize something is to grab onto it with your hand. You can physically do that. If you fall out of a boat, you might seize onto a rope that someone throws to you or something. You hold onto it very tightly because you don't want to let it go. You don't want it to slip out of your hands. Here, he's not actually grabbing something with his hands. He's taking an opportunity. He's using something. He's going for something. It could be a risk. It could fail, but it could be a huge opportunity. So we have these expressions. If something special comes along and it won't be there for a long time, that's an opportunity. You should seize that opportunity, seize that chance, or more generally, carpe diem, seize the day, which kind of means don't just sit around waiting for good things to happen to you. Go out and make those good things happen to you. And who knows, maybe you'll be successful. As they say, who dares wins.
Yeah, so ironically, he makes his sacrifice to set them free. And what's his sacrifice? He kills himself so that they can get their hands on the insurance money. But I'm sure they'd much rather have their dad and husband.
It's a sad story, but I hope, it can give people some good advice, good life lessons so that they can avoid the mistakes that Willie and his family made.
Don't make the same mistakes. That's right. Okay, guys, let's listen to our Chinese teacher and then we'll be back.
好，我们继续来看，说到了 Death of a Salesman 它的主题，除了 American Dream 美国梦这个主题之外，第二个也就是幻想跟现实之间的挣扎之间的差距。好，我们看看这个第二个主题，他说到我们可以看得出来，它呈现出来不只是在 Willie 他对于未来所怀抱的希望，还有在他过去的这种回想里面。注意到这个单字 manifest 这个字当动词来用，它可以当作证明。那这个地方你讲到现实幻想之间的挣扎被证明在，意思就是说在后面这里面可以看得出来，可以看出来这个主题没有错。我们晓得很多在这个剧本里面这个故事里面的对话，发现Willie 他有一部分是在回忆过去，然后有时候好像又在跟现在的自己对话，所以这两个有点混在一起。 而 Willie 呢，他自己呢，他就在这种幻觉当中想办法生存，想办法运作。好，注意到 function 这个字 ，function 它基本上常常当作名词来用，就是功能、功用。可是它当动词来用的时候，它的解释上就好像 operate， 意思就是运作。所以说，它在这样子的情况，在现实、在幻想之间，他想办法的运作。然后呢，基本上我们也知道，前面有说过，他儿子撞见他的外遇，所以其实他以为说这个是不会影响到他跟孩子的关系，其实这还是他个人的一厢情愿的幻想而已。事实上，就真的他们父子的关系就这样出了问题。不过我们要注意到这个用法上，他写了racked by his son's distress at catching him with his mistress。 这个 racked 这个动词，破坏。好，当然整个故事看起来 Willie 他们好像表面上是特别的，是成功的，是受人尊敬的，可是这却是好像是自己欺骗自己的生活而已。那接下来我们就来看第三个主题。第三个主题是 betrayal。 这个 betrayal 就是背叛。那这个主题在什么样的关系里？在他跟情妇的关系里，在这一点是最明显的。注意到明显的这个字 evident。 不过除了这个之外，还有一点就是他跟他的哥哥、他的兄弟 Ben 之间的关系。我们知道 Willie 他的这个兄弟 Ben 其实是很成功的，他当时到非洲去挖钻石，大成功，大赚钱，但是 Willie 却没有抓住这个机会而 Willie 呢，他当然最后选择死路自杀，而他其实就自己说起来也背叛了他的家人，这不也是一种 betrayal 吗？所以说整个看起来，我们知道这个 betrayal 的主题其实让人看起来非常的明显而深刻。好，我们今天的讲解就到这边结束，我们下次见。
That's it, guys. We got to wrap up. We're out of time. We hope you've enjoyed learning a lot more about Death of a Salesman and Arthur Miller. And we're out of time.
Oh,
we got to sign off. Yeah,
well,
we got to wrap up. We hope you'll join us next time for English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Mike.
Bye.
Bye-bye.